Moving is bittersweet for the Cronin family.
I did not want to leave this area. I love this area. Boise is a special place.
The Cronins are both teachers. Christy specializes in bilingual programs, and Sam is certified in special education. Two hard-to-fill positions. And they're leaving because they can't afford to stay.
Oregon provides health insurance for the whole family and for a teacher, and the pay was so much better. And those two factors alone are the reason why we're moving.
The same position in Redmond, Oregon is paying Sam $9,000 more than what he made at Meridian High School. With benefits, the family expects to save another $15,000 a year.
We're just happy that we'll have less stress in our family and more time.
The Idaho Center for Fiscal Policy recently released an in-depth report on teacher compensation.
We definitely saw across the board that our teacher salaries are lower than the national average.
The Boise nonprofit found the average teacher in the United States has more than 13 years of experience and makes just shy of $60,000 a year. In comparison, Idaho pays about $47,500, which ranks 43rd in the nation. That's after Idaho has pumped millions into the system over the last few years through what's known as the teacher career ladder. But it seems that ladder isn't long enough.
The investment was $250 million, but it was stretched out over 5 years, which has given inflation time to eat away at the value of those dollars.
When the career ladder started 4 years ago, it didn't account for the state's explosive growth. More families moving in means more teachers are needed, but the pot of money from the state hasn't increased, which leaves Idaho's K-12 educators still on a bottom rung.
Since it began, we found that teacher salaries in Idaho have increased less than 1%.
Let's see if this fits.
The Cronins say their Idaho teacher salaries just don't cut it. They still have student loans to pay off, and they're tired of working up to 4 extra odd jobs to make ends meet. Their story is all too familiar for those in education.
I got emails the other day from a very talented educator in Post Falls who's leaving to go teach in Spokane, making, 20% more, 30% more than what she was making in Post Falls. And her kids will still go to school in Post Falls, but she's going to go teach in Spokane.
As the president of the Idaho Education Association overall says, the disparity in teacher pay is even worse for rural and underperforming school districts. Idaho does have a low cost of living, but education advocates argue that's not enough to stay competitive.
We know that every state that borders Idaho pays $10,000 to $15,000 more than Idaho.
We were in the Grand.
Sam and Christy are excited about their future. They just hoped their dreams could be realized here in the Gem State.
We want a brother or sister for David. So this is huge. This is a major thing. And we both wish it would have happened here, but we just couldn't make it work.
The legislature is on track to fund the last year of the teacher career ladder this session. That's another $48 million into teacher salaries. But there's no plan yet what happens after that. If you have a Making the Grade education story, I'd love to hear about it. You can send me an email or message on Facebook. Michelle Edmonds, 6 on your side.